Dream Team, welcome back to our YouTube channel.
My name is Lawa Maheta.
My name is Lehakwe Makheta.
What's going on, beautiful people? My name is Lerato Makheta.
And I'm Petola Makheta.
And we're back, baby! We are back. Guys, we almost saw a movie.
Oh my word. Guys, before we say anything, I think it's only fitting for us to say thank you, a heartfelt gratitude to the Dream Team for all the prayers. As you can see, Mr. Makhs is here. Ofodile, guys.
No more social distancing.
COVID survivor.
Yeah. I'm a fighter, guys. I'm a fighter. It was... Yeah, a movie.
It was a movie.
But we're about to tell you all about it.
We're about to tell you about it, but we're happy to be back.
We're glad he didn't have to go to the doctor and...
Well, I did go to the... So I got a prescription.
Yes.
Yeah, I got a prescription and my wife ran out and she got me some meds and whatever. But like we said, we're going to talk about all of that. Yeah. All right.
Are you ready to get into it?
I'm ready to get into it. You're ready to get into it?
Let's get into it.
All right.
It was the summer of 2008. She said, I would cook a lot of time with that date. Now raise it last 10 years of matrimonial cake.
Wait, hold up, I think you made a mistake. 11 years, 2 kids, now we finna be great. One time, too real, at the end of the day, we say
now we're stronger together, never better. Go-getters, trendsetters, Black Panthers, the anthem. We the Makhs and we only getting better, ayy. Life is but a dream.
Look at him, his paper running away from him. Why's your paper running away from you, Didi?
Yeah, because everything that I touch is fly.
So guys, as you can see behind Lerato there, we are here for a COVID test before our trip to Cape Town. So we have to make sure that we are obviously all clear. We will be going on business and pleasure, ne babe?
Yeah.
Yeah, so it's very important that we get tested. It's so stressed, guys.
Feeling stressed, babe?
Yeah, I'm hearing memories.
Tell us why, Patola.
But this is my first time doing a COVID test.
Yeah.
I'm actually more nervous about the test than the results.
Imagine
I
that.
think the results were fully vaxxed, so really, hopefully, should I sit?
Would you like to fill the skin just by card? If your finger touch, you don't need this with him. It's a machine.
Ja.
The easiest is alcohol.
Ska vi ner?
Round.
Ground. Så skruv. Det här är så gott kaffe för det dit. Wow.
I didn't expect
You never expected it.
Oh my gosh, my eyes are tearing.
Hey, good job.
Oh my
Good
word.
job, babe.
I'm going to try both back.
That's right.
Both.
That was...
You're done.
I'm done.
Listen.
Are you ready, Dips?
Yeah.
So I'm gonna help her. She was getting.
You look so calm.
I mean,
Can I just have the phone?
the thing is, I know what's coming, and I know I don't like it, but it is what it
It
is.
is what it is.
You know. So, what am I gonna do? It's my third time, guys.
Jo. Jävla kul så.
Like a champ.
Definitely.
Like a champ. Look at you. Wow. Like a man. Well done, babe.
Thanks, bro.
Yeah.
Guys, as you saw, that's where the movie began, right?
Yeah, that was the intro.
That was the intro. So, as you can see, Nerele Shahapo, we were upbeat, we were healthy. So we had to go test, to go get our COVID test, because this still breaks my heart. We were supposed to fly to Cape Town because we were shooting an advert, a TV advert.
As a family
for an amazing brand, like a big brand.
Yeah.
And it was a huge campaign. I honestly thought that is the campaign that was just really going to be a catalyst, really into a catalyst to our careers.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah, to the success, rather, catalyst to the success of our careers. Yeah,
for sure. And this particular brand, we had actually been reaching out to for a year already, wanting to work with them. And they then came back and requested, and they said, hey, we'd really love for you guys to be a part of this campaign.
Yeah.
And this was it. This was the moment that we had been waiting for.
Guys, and don't forget to sleep.
Yes, and don't forget to sleep. You know, this was the moment that we had been waiting for, and we were just celebrating, and we're like, Lord, this is it. So one of the prerequisites in order for us to fly, naturally, was for us to get tested, which is what you guys saw just now. And it had to have been about 3:00 in the morning when my wife woke up. The morning of that we were supposed to be flying out. Our results came in.
So just to give you dates, so we tested on the Saturday.
On the Saturday, we were supposed to fly out Sunday morning.
On the Sunday morning. Obviously, your test results have to be 72 hours old before you set foot on set.
For sure.
So what happened was, my phone was dead, baby. And I was like, it's fine. I'll charge my phone in the morning,
for sure.
right? But because we were excited about...
Guys, don't forget
to subscribe.
And also forget to blink.
Yes.
Don't forget
that
to blink. Too. Yes.
Yeah.
So I was just like, okay, fine. Because our flight was for 10 a.m. And we obviously we had packed. Guys, we had packed.
Yeah.
We had
and
packed.
my mom went overload with the new clothes. Like she went to the shops and bought
a lot of clothes because we had a whole shoot planned.
Like you should see my closet now. It went from like all the stacks of clothes from looking like this to this.
But also remember, guys, because we create content, we were ready to create some beautiful content for you guys. Baby, let's wait, my baby. Is there something that you want to say?
Yeah. And guys, don't forget to stay clean.
Amazing. Don't forget to stay clean.
Don't forget to stay clean. So, I was gonna wake up at 6 because baby, the day before Ibile, I had gone to the hair salon. Maybe you must show what I ordered versus what
you
got.
Did you take a picture?
I took a picture.
Okay, I'm gonna show you.
Guys, I think that was just waiting.
That was a sign. That was a sign that this trip wasn't gonna happen.
And this is a highly reputable salon, guys.
Yeah.
So I go there, do my hair, and the hair was a flop. So I was like, okay, I need to wake up early so that I can do my hair and prep it so that the next day it will be amazing for the shoot, right?
Yeah.
So 3 a.m. I wake up, kapapa manje.
Yeah.
And then I didn't know what time it was.
Sure.
So I took your phone to check the time.
Yeah.
So I carried clocks. Kibona SMS from the lab.
Yeah.
I'm like, because when you're using an iPhone, it shows the whole message.
Yeah, for sure.
Moses.
And my biggest anxiety, honestly, so this was Lehakwe and Leroy's first trip to Cape Town. B, it was their first. It was going to be their first time on a flight. My biggest anxiety was how Lehakwe was going to take it.
I'm starting to cry.
Because, her heart, guys, her heart was so broken because
Okay, baby.
sorry, my love.
That's fine.
So her heart was so broken, and you know, I really thought like it was a joke. Like when my wife told me, I was like, nah, come on,
Yeah.
there's no way.
Because what
You
I
know?
did is I saw the message, right? And I
Yeah.
knew that you had set your alarm for 4.
Yes.
So I'm like, okay, let me charge my phone and get my results. Obviously,
Yeah,
my
yeah.
results would have come in
For
as
sure,
well.
yeah.
So I just assumed, I'm probably positive, but let's just,
Yeah. Yeah.
Switch on my phone. I'm like, okay, Lerato is gonna wake up at 4. Let me just let him rest, right?
Mm.
Switch on my phone. SMS, Mrs. P. Mofokeng. What does the
That's
message
another
say?
story for another
Yeah,
day.
Yo, guys, you know
Makhs.
what? We were once Mufokeng, now we
Yeah,
are Makhs.
yeah.
Long story. So it says you are. There was something. What is you'll show the messages. It was not found. The virus, the SARS, whatever, was not found. And I'm just like, Moses, how does this COVID work?
Yes.
Like, we share the same bed.
For sure.
We are very, very kissy, very intimate.
Yeah.
How is it that I'm negative and he's positive?
And the problem is like I don't know at that time like how serious it is.
Yeah.
I don't know, if I were to like go for another test, if it would come back. I've got like all these thoughts in my mind.
Yeah.
Anyway, and I'm thinking, yo, man, I just wanna like falsify these results when I send them in. I'm just like, I'm thinking about all the worst things in the world, which I shouldn't have thought about. But I quickly calmed down from that thought and I was like, look, it is what it is. Right now, if we can just get through to telling Hagwe, in the morning. And I want to be there to tell her, but already I know that I need to keep my distance. I can't further expose her, from the time that I didn't know to the time that I do know. And I'm sitting in the room, my wife breaks the news to her, and I hear her like crying in the kitchen, but like sobbing, like she was just really heartbroken. And it broke me like at the core of my being. I was just like, I'm so sorry, my love, but I was just like, yo, it like really broke my heart, so. And it was really tough, man. It was tough on all of us. It was really tough on her, and we're gonna make it up to you.
We're gonna make it up to you.
Yeah, we're gonna make it up to you.
Yeah.
It was really tough, and it was really heartbreaking for us as well. And but on that, it was then I then had a responsibility to just let everybody know, and anybody that I had been in contact with, that listen, I just tested positive for COVID, and you guys were all so amazing. So thank you for your messages of affirmation, of love, your get well soon messages. It really was amazing. Yeah.
And so just to backtrack, right? As much as Lerato wasn't sick, on Tuesday, baby, the Tuesday before we went to test, I believe that's when you started experiencing the symptoms.
I was sick.
But
by the way, it was Rua's birthday that day.
It was Rua's birthday.
Yeah,
but
we had a shoot.
We had a shoot, right?
Yeah.
The night before, though, you had gone out,
Mm-hmm.
right? And now I was just like, we're not Laza. There's no way you are sick all of a sudden.
Yeah, and I was man
because
down,
you
guys.
said you had pain.
I had body aches like I had never had body aches before in my life. I had the worst headache. My chest was fine, my throat was fine. It was just my headache. It was just my headache, and I had like back pains, like my like all the way down my spine. What felt like where my kidneys would be. I was just in pain. And my wife was upset because we were supposed to be shooting.
I was like, Umdala to be having hangover symptoms.
Yeah, you know what I mean? And I was saying to her, I was like, nah, this is not that. Like I'm really, really in pain,
Annoyed.
Yeah, so then when they went shopping, I like slept in the car and I took a whole lot of meds and whatever, and And yeah, and then I was pretty drugged up. So then I was like, okay, it's cool, let's shoot. That's actually when we did that shoot for Ford. That's when we did it was that day. I had been really sick that morning. In the afternoon, eventually it happened, and we went out and we shot. So basically, one of the other things that we're really struggling with was just like the fumbling of the bag, of the Cape Town bag. It was like, oh my gosh.
But sorry, I just want to give people like a holistic view of chronological order. But after that day, you started feeling better.
Yeah.
Right? Tuesday, you were feeling really terrible. And the symptoms, what was left was that lingering headache.
Yeah.
But everything else, like the body pain, you didn't have any other symptoms but a headache. But then the weirdest thing is that the day our test results came back, then your nose just shut down, like you were clogged, and then you started losing your voice.
Yeah.
So the next 2 days you had laryngitis.
I mean, that's a serious diagnosis.
Well,
but
well, that's what they call it. But I think because you had started taking medication, which was prescribed by the doctor, because there's so much information out there, guys, in terms of what you should take, what you should do. Yeah, and we spoke
to a specialist.
So we spoke to a specialist, and they sent through a script, and we thought, you know what? So, but that also alleviated my anxieties, just in terms of what we know COVID can do to people. Yeah.
How did you feel? I mean, after getting over, obviously, the shock of, how did you feel about me isolating and all of that?
I honestly got scared because, like, after I've heard, like, people dying from COVID, I really got worried about you and stuff.
Sure.
So I really tried my best to, like, social distance and...
Yeah. Look, it's a scary thing, guys. It's a scary thing, especially, we lost some family members last year due to COVID, and quite in a short space of time. My dad's brother, my dad's sister, my dad's niece, all within 2 months.
And then we lost an uncle.
So you can imagine, how that plays on the kids' minds,
and even on our minds. I
even
think
on our minds,
because I remember. I mean, you say you weren't anxious, but the night we got the results, because obviously, in terms of isolation, I moved into our spare bedroom, the guest room, and I remember that night you came and you put the chair obviously outside by the door. And then you started speaking about death and mortality. And I was like, okay, why are we talking about death? What's going on? So I don't know what was going through your mind.
Yeah, I was just sharing with my wife that it was for the first time in my life, I never had to have the conversation about death and mortality to myself, And it just hit me. I was like, wow, this is really interesting. Like, I've never thought about mortality. I've never thought about death in that way. You know what I mean? Thinking about myself and looking at my life and looking at my surroundings and looking at my kids and looking at my wife and whatever. And I was just sharing that in that moment with my wife. There wasn't an anxiety about it, but it was an acknowledgement that I don't interact with the subject at all.
Yeah.
Guys, we are back. We just wanted to give Haku a few minutes just to afolenyana. I think sorry my baby. I think the conversation just brought back all the sad emotions of the day. Yeah. I don't know, where were we?
So thank you so much for your messages at the time and for reaching out and loving on us. We really appreciate it, guys.
So with the Cape Town project, I think I was just really, really disappointed. My heart just sank and I was just thinking, but God, like, why were you just dangling a carrot? Because what happened was the agent that booked us for the job actually asked Lerato if he knew of another family, right? And because Lerato is not on social media, he doesn't know a lot of people on social media. I knew of a family, and I knew that this family would be perfect, right? But my initial feeling, my initial response was, maybe if we don't give them the name, if they don't find another family, then they could possibly move the shoot to January. Postpone the shoot to January, and we can still go. But because my husband is,
Mr. Grace and Mercy,
full of the Holy Spirit, sanctified,
washed by the blood of the Lamb.
He was like, babe, this is where our blessing lies. So let's just, let's pay it forward. Let's be a blessing to another family. I was just full of heathenery, guys. This is busy, and I was just like, babe, So eventually I gave the name to Lerato, because Lerato is the one who was in communication with the agent, passes the name through, gets hold, DMs the family to say, guys, listen, we were supposed to do a shoot in Cape Town, and we can't do it because I tested positive for COVID. We think that you would be the perfect family to do this. Are you interested? The family was like, yes, we are interested. And we connected them with the agent, and they shot.
And then a couple of days later, you saw behind the scenes.
I saw behind the scenes. But funny thing is, no, when I saw the behind the scenes, I was happy. Remember? Because I didn't know how I was gonna feel when I eventually see the campaign or see them in the campaign. But then I saw it. And I was so happy. I was so happy. And it just made sense.
For sure.
And they looked beautiful. And I was like, stunning, wow, okay. Lord, I see what you were doing here. But
for sure.
I think because we're human, I still don't understand why God worked it out like that, where the opportunity was ours and He used us for another family. So that was tough. I was just like, okay, we want to be used, but use us. Right.
But don't take out of our mukota.
No, don't.
I get we tithe, guys. We tithe. So
right? So
I
I still don't know what the lesson was, but I think Lerato had a lot of time to reflect. For me, I didn't get a lot of time to reflect because it was just go with Lerato in isolation. I just had to move into beast mode, take care of him, take care of the girls. So I just really didn't have time to just be still and think about why everything happened the way it happened. But as we know, and I was trying to explain to Hagwe, to say, Hagwe, we don't know why God does what He does, but we know that His plans are always perfect. And I think it was just also a teachable moment for Hagwe, just to say life has disappointments. Right?
For sure.
But God is never wrong.
Yeah.
And for me, I also had to go to that scripture that says, trust in the Lord with your own heart and lean not on your own understanding, because still I don't understand.
And one day you will. One day we'll look back on this and be like, oh, okay. For sure. One of the things that you did say, which I enjoyed, about 4 days in of our isolation, she was like, Shemara baby, wait till you do help. Like, I see now because you are absent. She was like, I know. No, you do a lot, mate. And I was like,
no, guys,
yes.
He does a lot. And I think it really taught me a great lesson, just to appreciate your partner for all that they are and all that they do. Because when you're around, I often feel like you're not doing enough. I'm just like, hi, baby. But then, because you were...
Because I was around, but
you were not around. I felt it, guys. I was tired. The girls needed me. I was stretched. I was just really frustrated. And we couldn't do much. We couldn't go out as well. We couldn't be with family. So I was really frustrated.
It was things like, she realized that she never does a store run.
Oh my word!
Like, my wife doesn't go to the shop for bread, for nothing. It's always, And I was like, That's right.
And I remember I was so sad when I was pushing the trolley. I don't do groceries, guys.
Yeah.
You know, and I know we always complain because I'll give Lerato the list and he'll come back and I'm like, why didn't you buy this? Why did you buy this? But the next time he still goes and does the shopping.
Yeah.
So I really missed you. I really missed you.
Or like he'll come back and just as he gets home he has to go back.
Yeah, that happens as well. But it also like goes into the discipline. We realized, you know, it was like because I'm the disciplinarian in the home, you know, and my wife was just like, I can't just do it.
I couldn't handle.
But anyway, for
especially
me,
Ruo.
I
just couldn't handle in terms of discipline. I was just like, just do whatever because I'm not winning. I'm tired. I'm stressed.
I think for me, man, it was such an amazing time of reflection and just thinking about how much I have to be grateful for. A lot of times you would find that if people are in a time of isolation and, you know, away from their partner, then suddenly they feel like an overwhelming sense of peace and relief and serenity, you know. And I was away from my family and I missed them so badly, you know. And and I just felt like, man, I've really got a beautiful thing going on here, and God has been so good to me. So that was the first thing, you know, for me. That was like, wow, I'm really grateful for where I am. I'm really grateful for my family. I'm grateful for my kids. I'm grateful for my life. I'm grateful for my career. I'm grateful for where we are, you know, given the fact that, guys, life is long, marriage is long, you know. We've spoken before about how it hasn't always been the best days, you know, but today I'm proud and I'm grateful and I'm happy and then I just went into work mode like crazy. Like then I was like, man, I'm sitting here. I may as well sit and write proposals and come up with ideas. And, you know, I've been busy shooting because I'm producing a show, which we'll tell you about one day. But I'm producing a show and we were shooting that show. And, I just acted in a movie. And that movie came out.
It's streaming now on Showmax.
Yeah, on Showmax. It's called A Safe Bet. You know what I mean? And and I was just overflowing with ideas. It was just amazing. So overall, guys, this was such an amazing time of reflection for me. I know that God's ways are higher than our ways and his thoughts are higher than our thoughts. I don't want to ask too many questions. I just want to be grateful for the fact that I had a moment to take stock and really have some real conversations with God. Yes, my baby. And you've got colorful beads on your hair, and they're so beautiful.
They're so beautiful.
But me, I don't have some on my colorful.
Oh, okay. We'll get you colorful ones next time. Okay.
So I think I started getting a bit impatient, especially when you started getting so after about I think day 3 or 4, your or day 5 somewhere there. Your voice started coming back and you were feeling a bit stronger, and I could see, and I was just like, just come out of isolation and come help me. So I started getting impatient, and I was just like, when are you gonna just come help me? Because I'm struggling, right? But I'm so grateful, babe, that you didn't have the bad symptoms. I was saying to Lerato that, I mean, I didn't take care of you for too long, so I can imagine people that are looking after their partners that are really ill, chronic, or even COVID that is just so bad, where you potentially had to go to the hospital, and just the uncertainty of whether they'll be okay. So I was really, don't get me wrong, as I think stressed and tired as I was really grateful that we didn't have to deal with a really bad case of COVID.
Yeah, for sure.
So I was really grateful, and I think we live in a world now where, I mean, we are very responsible, right? We do the mask thing, we sanitize. I think everyone is being responsible. But now with COVID, you don't know. It's the luck of the draw.
Yeah.
Because Bona Lerato had it, I didn't have it. We share a bed, we share a house.
We share everything.
And the kids are also fine.
Even sometimes clothes.
Yes. Well, I don't wear my wife's clothes, but she wears mine.
Yeah.
So I think, you know, really, really grateful.
Yeah.
And I'm also, one thing that I was also grateful for is that you slowed down. It forced you to slow down. So Lerato doesn't sleep much because he's constantly thinking about work and projects and whatnot. So he doesn't sleep much. So you were forced to sleep
100%.
and to slow down.
And I didn't want to sometimes, but then the meds just
knocked you out.
Yeah, they just knocked me out.
Yeah.
I was also grateful for because even the kids couldn't go out, you know, just because of their exposure to me. I loved how Lehakwe and Leroy just bonded. Like in this time, like they were playing more than they usually, you know. So what usually happens is, you know, one is on the iPad, the one is watching TV, you know what I mean? But they really spend time like playing and bonding, and Hakwe is into TikTok now, and she's killing it. I'm like, yo, man, like we actually need to set up an account for them. You know what I mean? I was grateful for that. Guys, there were just so many positives, man, just out of this time. In a weird way, I had a lot of positives coming out of lockdown. You know, remember that first lockdown? And I was like, wow, it was such and now out of this, I'm going, you know, but because I'm stubborn, I'm probably not gonna like take time to then slow down again. I'm just gonna, you know. So sometimes God forces me. It's just like, hey, I need you to focus, chief. You know?
And I think it was also a blessing, like what you're saying with the kids, babe. Like I was saying to Lerato that it's such a blessing to have kids around the house because they bring laughter and there's just a different energy as well.
For sure.
So even when you were in the room, you could hear voices.
Yeah.
You know, it wasn't morbid. It wasn't sad. There was laughter that could also keep you positive.
Sure.
Right? I mean, obviously, you like you were saying, you were having your private thoughts while you were isolating. So, I think overall, guys, God is God. You know, God is still on the throne.
Yeah.
We don't know why certain things happen. You know, we don't know why God might bring something and then
also on that day like I was fine, but then since it's December everybody's traveling, so every single YouTube video I watched, it was about
that's another thing.
traveling. So I just started crying.
Every 2 minutes.
Oh, sorry, man.
That was the worst. Like even gaming videos. Like, what can I watch without traveling?
Yeah, because then it just reminded you, ne?
Yeah, there's like nothing to watch.
Guys, babe, we're gonna make it up to you. I promise you.
It's also called growing pain.
Yeah.
Wahola, my baby, and
but overall, guys, God is good. God is on the throne, and that is how I fumbled the bag.
That is how Mr. Max fumbled.
That's how I fumbled.
A really big bag.
Guys, it was a bag. I'll take it. take it. I fumbled the bag. A lot of great takeaways, you know, from the whole experience. But you know, that's also why we haven't been able to post as much, and we had a couple of plans for content, and we're gonna give you a Cape Town vlog, and we were alive, man, you know, we were alive with possibilities.
Yesterday, it was my dad's last day of 10 days, and nobody told me. So this morning, my dad said, "Haka, I miss you. Come give me a hug." And I'm like,
and she was like, hold up.
Haka's very strict, eh? She's just like, listen,
she's like her dad.
Aren't you in isolation?
Haka is like her dad.
Yeah. But, and also, I think, guys, what this has really taught us, you know, sometimes we say things because it's stuff that we hear, but baby, we always say, actually, what's meant for you will never miss you.
Yeah.
And Lerato said something very profound, and I was really challenged. but I was still fighting with that idea because he was like, what if it was never ours from the beginning? That we were just a vehicle.
We were a vessel.
A vessel for this other family.
Yes.
So that I struggled with a bit because I was
Yeah.
just like, Lord, why would you just dangle a carrot? Right? So, but it also teaches us because we sing songs like, if you can use anything, Lord, use me.
Yeah.
But we also want to be prescriptive about how God should use us. So this was also another lesson.
100%.
Yeah.
100%. So to that family, God bless you.
God bless you. We love you.
We love you.
We're rooting for you.
We
We're
believe that this is
excited
going
for
to be
you.
the beginning of
Yeah.
amazing things to come for
Yeah.
you
Yeah.
and for your family.
Yeah.
God is good. God is
Yeah.
on the throne.
God is
we
sovereign.
love that.
God is sovereign.
We love that God chose us
Yeah.
to be the bearers of that seed and to
Yes.
pass it on to you.
Yeah.
And we continue trusting God for more and
Yeah.
more and more. I love that song that says, "Do it again."
Do it again.
Ghana, whose song is it?
Isn't it Israel?
He does a version of it, yeah.
Yeah,
So
yeah.
I've seen you move the mountains. I believe that you will do it again. You made a way when there was no way, and we believe that he will do it again. So thank you to all of you
Thank
guys.
you
We
so
continue
much.
to love you,
And-
to appreciate you. I'm so sorry
It's fine.
that we have no, I'm saying to sort of to them. And I'm so sorry that we have been strangers. We continue to miss you guys.
Yeah.
And we're back, baby. We're back. Sorry, Hakwe, what were you
And
saying?
sorry, my love. Hakwe, we were supposed to go on leave, guys. So, baby, what does this mean? Does this mean that we are not?
We're not gonna go on
We're not
leave.
going on leave.
Yeah, we're not gonna go and leave, guys, because
Eish.
guys, we owe you.
Yes.
You know, so
So no leave for us.
no, because we've been on leave. We've had our leave now.
Oh my word. bleak.
Sorry, Hakwe, what were you saying, baby girl?
Also, a few months ago, you guys
Yeah.
did an installment, and Papa said that one of his friends said, like,
We are not gonna put that in.
why?
No.
It's a lot of it, though.
We're not gonna put that point in. Guys, Hakwe just said something that I just cut out
Yeah.
of the video.
Because, wow.
So-
I was very honest. Which is a good
All right, yeah, it is.
characteristic, but
All right,
you
guys,
know,
I think we've exhausted this. We love
yeah,
you.
we love you. We appreciate you.
If you have not done so yet, please remember to like, subscribe, comment, share, turn on those.
Do the right thing.
Let's try that again. If you have not done so yet, please remember to like, subscribe, comment, share, turn on that notification bell to know every single time we upload a new installment.
Yeah.
We love you. I love you. I adore you. I'm crazy about
baby,
you.
We love
Yeah.
you guys. We can still do 60K by the end of the year.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because subscriptions slow down when you don't
Oh, yeah,
put
yeah.
out content.
Oh, yeah, yeah,
That is
slow
the
down
nature of
hectically.
the game. If you
For
don't
sure.
release content,
I mean, we should be on 70 now.
I mean, I thought we were gonna come back to 100K. Please, guys, if you're watching our channel and you haven't subscribed, please do so.
100K, and then all of a sudden, Korea guy or somebody comes, you get a big package from YouTube. First plug.
First plug, you know what it is. That's what we're aiming for. You wanna do one time? Go one
Hey,
time.
look at the
Come, let's
camera.
do
We were so over this.
Let's do it. Yeah, she's
like,
tired.
in the
All right, let's
beginning, she
go
was
in
like,
3, 2, 1. One time. Too real.
Oh yeah!
Oh yes. Love you guys.
Love you guys. Bye.
Bye.
Only getting better, ayy.